Hey forum, my name is Manny, aka CascadeScents. Welcome to another video. As you see by the title, this one is on my top 10 fragrances niche edition for winter 2020 to 2021. If you guys have yet to catch my designer version of this video, I'll leave it in the description below. A lot of great high quality fragrances for the prices you can get them for there. So sometimes it's not always about spending the most money on fragrances. In fact, it's really never about that. Just buy what you love, buy what you can afford, and that's pretty much it. That being said, on the flip side, if you also like spending this much on fragrances, this video is for you. So I got a lot of stuff here, very unique, very varied, and I hope you enjoy it. As always, we'll count down from number 10 to number 1. So here we go at number 10. From Kilian, it is Angel Share. Now Angel Share is really cool, guys, because the Kilian brand is yet again paying homage to his roots. Of course, cognac, Hennessy cognac, this is what that stuff smells like. Cognac, if you don't know, is brandy that's furthermore distilled in oak barrels, so you're not only getting a bitter, deep distilled white wine scent and or flavor, you are getting something here with a more of a woody touch, and it just smells brilliantly. And overall, the way they translated it to on skin is crazy. It doesn't feel like you smell like an alcoholic or anything like that. Just a deep, boozy vibe with an undeniably oaky, again, woody touch. To me, this is a sophisticated man's kind of after work kind of scent. You also have a little bit of tonka there for maybe a bit of an intoxicating vibe. Nothing that's too syrupy per se, so it's not going to totally drip off of your skin. Overall, this thing leans more on just focusing on longevity rather than a crazy amount of projection. So for me, that's okay. To be fair, for anything that might lean relatively boozy, just in case someone does get the wrong idea off of you, it's probably not a genre that I'd want to be too explosive anyway, so I don't mind this still very subdued yet sophisticated approach from Kilian. And to be fair, it would probably make this list a little bit higher had I spent more time with it, but of course it came out somewhat recently. But yeah, still very excited to get 2020 winter underway with this. And yeah, I hope you like this one too. Angel Share by Kilian. Yes, I did pay for this one. Moving on to my number 9. Here we go. It's from Kajal. It's their new offering called Lamar. Now, Lamar for me can pretty much fit any season barring summer, I would say, just because it would be too strong there. And while it's bright enough for maybe, I guess, an early fall day and or maybe spring, to me it's a bright celebratory scent, and I just need something to uplift me during this really sad winter times, because of course we're still living in the pandemic, at least where I live in southern Ontario, Canada. I'll take any smile I can get, and this to me is just going to provide that. So a very juicy pineapple here. No, not like a Ventus where that stuff leans straight up more sweet. This is a little bit more tangy, and I think it's also in part due to the noticeable red berry note in here. Very pretty stuff, so it's a nice zing, if that makes any sense. And as it goes on, it's going to get a little bit more sparkly. You have some rose absolutes in the heart. Very, very bright stuff. Again, very uplifting. That's all this scent feels to me. And yeah, if you are a guy perhaps looking for a fruity floral that doesn't lean too femme, of course, this is definitely one I would perhaps consider. I've had a couple ladies tell me already that they feel like it's not femme enough for them. So in case that makes you feel any better about considering something like this, then I would, especially if you like pineapple from, again, aforementioned fragrances, but want to experience it furthermore in a different way, perhaps a floral way that you can actually wear. So definitely check this out if you've yet to. It's my number 9 fragrance on the list, Lamar from Kajal. Moving on to my number 8. This fragrance starts with an 8 as well. It's from Giovanna Antonelli Parfum. It is 811 Absoluto. Now this is perhaps my most well-rounded scent of the list because it has a little bit of everything despite being put onto this winter list. Like, it opens up with a bright bergamot, and you also got a little bit of a fresh spiciness on the top, but it's so seamlessly blended that it just works with the heart notes of Tolu balsam and honey. It doesn't lean too syrupy as well, and Tolu balsam's a really unique note for me personally. I know it as a balsamic, ambery, intoxicating kind of resin, and it's just typically too powerful off my skin. I've tried it in stuff like Dolce Amalfi from Xerjoff, which is a great fragrance. It's just a little too explosive off of me. So to experience such a note off of this fragrance right here, and it actually works for me, oh, I love it. So it also goes without saying that the amber in the base and a little bit of that patchouli just makes a lot of sense for this fragrance, given some of the brighter notes and some of the more syrupy notes from earlier. And yeah, overall it just feels like a cozy kind of snuggle scent that I feel like either a woman or man could reach for in the winter months. Something that's not going to be too explosive, but your partner will definitely know that you're there. Very cute, very casual, really can't hate on this stuff right here. So be sure to check it out if you have yet to. It is Giovanna Antonelli Parfum 811 Absoluto. Alright, for moving along, here we go with my number 7 offering for winter. This is an exclusive to the Harvey Nichols location in Knightsbridge, and it is from Xerjoff. Joined Club Collection, the appropriately named Cambridge Club. Now, for a fragrance that opens up rosy, this is one of the more delicious scents of the list, if you ask me. And that is because the rose here is rather jammy. It's going to smell like something that you'd want to eat or taste. That's not a rose vibe that is for a lot of rose connoisseurs out there, but I feel like it's a more catch-all approach here, especially if you are going to make it dry down the way it does. And its beautiful dry down consists of caramel, some white musk, some vanilla bourbon. So once you get by the jammier aspects of the rose and you're only getting that dry down or primarily getting that dry down, holy crap. Again, just smells like something you're furthermore going to want to lick. Off of skin, it's going to smell really pretty, something that your partner is going to really like, but of course it's going to smell somewhat elevated as well. It is a classier take on a sweet rose, and one for me that I could definitely see going out to dinner, say if we're allowed to around here. You know, maybe you're with your partner and you want to drop a couple racks at the mall and then go out somewhere nice for dinner, and then you can't because the pandemic. 2020 is undefeated. So hopefully into winter 2021, in a month or a few weeks rather, I will definitely be able to get some mileage out of this. Again, fingers crossed, just because it's so pretty, such an awesome date night scent, and I hope you like it too. Again, it's Cambridge Club, the exclusive to the Harvey Nichols store in Knightsbridge from Xerjoff. Alright, Forum, we're almost at the halfway point. Here we go with number 6, and I still have to work too, so that's why this scent makes the list. It's Sartorial from Penhaligon's. Now, Forum, if I feel like being expensive for the sake of a monotonous workday and I want to have a niche fragrance, I don't feel like I really can pick from a lot as far as niche fragrances that I can wear during the fall or winter. And while this offering in Sartorial still leans spring or fall for me, I definitely think for a more indoor environment, especially if I don't have to go into the office or whatnot, and I just want to feel elevated, this is a great offering. Sartorial is supposed to smell like a tailor's workroom, and that's undoubtedly sophisticated. So white shirt, daytime, getting things done in the office, why wouldn't you want to smell like something like this? Just really great stuff. In order to channel that vibe, here you have a more mineral take on lavender. Ozonic, metallic, fresh, spicy, and it just pops in your nose from opening. But once you get into a slightly more caramelized take on lavender in the heart with the beeswax among other sweeter notes, I just feel like that it is warm enough for the winter, and add in some sweeter notes in the base, which my skin chemistry actually amplifies a little bit more, but not too much. Yeah, that's why I really like this scent for right now. Again, it's not explosive as far as longevity and or projection, but you wouldn't want it to be because this is still supposed to be a daytime scent. You want to be somewhat modest, especially if I want to use this for work. And yeah, what can I say? I love it. If you have any suggestions for niche work fragrances during this time, please let me know in the comment section below. But until then, I'm still going to enjoy this. So once more, it is Sartorial, my number 6 from Penhaligon's on this winter list. Alright, Forum, crossing the halfway point. Here we go at number 5. It is for the Parfum Cologne version of Enigma and or Creation E by Roja Parfum. Now yet again, here we go with another cognac fragrance, and I've been really getting into boozy fragrances lately. It's funny because when I used to bartend, I kind of lamented them just because of the fact that I just didn't want to be reminded of booze remotely. But if I don't have that work connotation in my mind and I just feel like relaxing myself, why not kick back to a drink and or something that smells like it? Here you have something though that's a little bit more dimensional than the aforementioned Angel Share though. The benzoin and the vanilla combination here furthermore provide you with a more of intoxicating vibe. The tobacco provides a really nice smoky masculinity as well. And then more up top in the mid and or at the top itself, you have a little bit of heliotrope too to kind of open it up more fresher. Heliotrope being a more vanilla kind of floral, and I just think it works for something like this. So it just doesn't hit you in the face with all of those warm notes at once like maybe the Parfum version of this scent actually would. You get something a little bit more linear there, but something that's going to feel more, again, unbridled, which may be for you. But I'm recommending this version for me personally just because of the fact that it explodes off of my skin already heavy enough, and of course it's a lot cheaper as well in case that matters for you. So personally, I think this is a great foray into a more multi-dimensional approach to boozy perfuming. And if it interests you remotely, definitely check it out. Again, from Roja Parfum, Creation E Parfum Cologne. Alright, Forum, moving on to the number 4 scent of the list, and this is from the brand The House of Uden. It is called What About Pop. Now, this stuff was released last year, and it was such a fun release for me just because this is such an accurate depiction of popcorn, like caramel popcorn. Very buttery, the perfect combination of sweet and salty, just very satisfying stuff to not only eat but smell, and again, it smells verbatim like that. You also have some more sugary aspects with the aroma chemicals here that they're using for both whipped cream and vanilla. I think it's a nice touch, and off of your skin, it's just going to explode with just sweet goodness. And for my more celebratory occasions, once in a while, I really feel like I need something as happy as this. So personally, I wouldn't say this is quite the daily of a scent unless you like smelling like a snack all the time, literally. But again, for me, popping models on Christmas and or New Year, definitely going to reach for this. So if you value occasions like that, or again, you just want to smell like a snack straight up, definitely check this out. It's from the House of Uden. It is What About Pop at number 4. All right, Forum, we finally arrived at the top 3 now. Here we go. So at number 3, it is Dries Van Noten par Frédéric Malle. And this scent right here is one of those that I just don't have to question remotely as far as what I want it for. Dries Van Noten himself creates really warm yet eccentric clothing, and when I just feel like my most fashionable, I'll reach for this stuff. So you got a lot of attitude here by way of that saffron. It's just going to jump off of your skin with the vanilla, the sacrosol or nutmeg as well. Just gonna be a nice, warm, sweet, spicy combination. Really enjoy it. Kind of comes off of my skin a little rubbery, if that makes any sense, just because that's how saffron typically comes off of me. I guess that's why it's also used in a lot of leathery fragrance as well. So if you're into stuff like that, but just want something sweeter for once, definitely check this out. It's not going to feel too sweet. If anything, I would describe this as a bittersweet explosiveness. And somehow that just comes off as sophisticated to me. One that says that you're fashionable. So that's why I personally really like it. But I must say that in recent years, with just people smelling it maybe directly off my skin, or maybe for themselves for their first time off of their own skin or off of a scent card, they've lamented that they might not like it as much just like that. But I swear, if this stuff is lingering in the air, at least for me, it has been a compliment magnet. So I guess what I'm saying is that it's just one of those scents that you have to wear, get wafts of, and hopefully appreciate. And yeah, if you've yet to appreciate it, definitely try to. Again, at number 3, it's Dries Van Noten par Frédéric Malle. Alright, Forum, we finally arrived at the second place spot. Here we go. It's from Kilian, Rolling in Love. Now, to me, Rolling in Love is the ultimate cuddle scent. Whether someone is getting it off of you, or you getting it off of them, woman or man, yeah, like, this stuff rules. Like, it just kind of accentuates a natural skin scent from a human being. You got notes of ambrette, almond, milk, iris, a little bit of musk in there too. So you're getting the prettiest elements of musky, floral, sweet. It's just really pretty stuff. And again, off of a partner, it's delicious. Like, out of the scents here, you're going to want to kiss their neck more than any of them. I know presentation wise, it looks very voluptuous in its red hue and whatever. So guys, if you are apprehensive of maybe smelling a little bit too effeminate, yeah, I understand. And I would honestly say it's maybe 55-45 feminine to masculine, but I've never had the girl tell me that I smell girly with this on. In fact, again, they just loved it. But also, again, please do keep in mind that is if you are up close. Please do not just expect this to elicit unsolicited compliments from over an arm's length away. It's just not going to happen. So if that's okay with you, then definitely check this out. So once more, for me, the ultimate snuggle scent for just about any season, but I still feel like I need that more in winter than most seasons, especially right now during this pandemic. That's why it's as high as my number 2 on this list. It is Kilian's Rolling in Love. Alright, Forum, here we go with the top spot. Can't wait to break this one down. Again, it is Poivre from Labo. So of course, this is the London City exclusive for Labo, Poivre, and yes, I did previously rate it and or rank it in my fall niche video this year, but it is really calling my name this winter right now, and it goes without saying it's because it smells magnificent. Typically, peppery scents are ones that just don't work for me because it kind of just hurts my nose up here, especially used in a cologne-y, fresh, spicy kind of vibe, one that is equally watery and spicy. It just really makes me feel it. That being said here, the bourbon pepper, that kind of black pepper they're referring to this as, very sophisticated, very smooth. It's just enough of a kick, but you still feel it, but it doesn't feel too synthetic or synthetic remotely, despite, you know, Labo typically going for something overtly synthetic. It just feels like really high quality stuff here, and I personally can't get enough of that. Also slightly smoky with some of the incense here, just a nice touch to back up that spiciness. And then below that, for me, almost equally the main star of the show, we got a really dry take on vanilla, and it just smells magnificent again. That spicy bourbon pepper, that vanilla just together, oh, it's such a wonderful combination, at least off of my skin. I know I previously mentioned sweet and salty with the What About Pop, how people typically like that combination as far as flavor, and I guess potentially as far as scent, but sweet and spicy actually works too, and this is clearly evidence of that. That being said, this stuff is not cheap. It's around $315 US for a 50 ml, I believe. That is when it is around for Labo month, which is September every year. So of course I am showing you something that you can't even get right now unless you live in London, and prices are always subject to change, especially with Estee Lauder. So just expect this to go up in price in the near future, which sucks, but what can you do? But I must say I do respect Labo for maintaining the cachet of these city exclusives. They definitely feel exclusive to me, at least. And this perhaps being my favorite one with Gaillac Dix, just such an explosive bomb of spice and sweetness again. So if you want to check it out, if you know someone who you can check it out from, definitely do it. Poivre from Labo. And there it is for him. I think that about does it for me as far as my niche fragrances for 2020-2021 winter. Again, I really live for niche fragrances. I feel like I have a little bit of everything here for everyone. A lot of different takes on sweets, and I just feel like I need something like that as a pick-me-up during this ongoing pandemic, again, at least where I live here. So if you think you can also enjoy that, and or you enjoyed anything else about this video, please leave this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe if you have yet to, if you want to furthermore support this free content on this channel. And if you really enjoyed this, then also hit the notification bell if you want to be amongst the first to see more. Thank you again for watching. Again, be safe out there, and until then, I think that about does it for me. So bye now, peace out for now. My name is Manny. Wear your fragrances.